When I stepped out of the Rio into that bright morning and waved goodbye to my best friend, the whole quarter was quiet and eerie. The sun shone brightly, and the dark clouds skated quickly through the sky with the gusty tropical breezes. The eerie light reminded me of when the sun shines while it's pouring rain. My mother always used to say that meant the devil was beating his wife. I was already wasted that day, yet I guzzled a drink in every bar I found open in my endless search for dope. I got drunker and drunker, but the sickness set in more and more. I'm not really sure what happened next, but I'm sure my mind was clouded with alcohol and the confusion of withdrawal. I woke up about 6 o'clock that night in an empty parking lot near Conti and North Rampart. I was covered in dirt, and the rain was beginning to fall as the dirt underneath my short skirt quickly turned to mud. I think I only woke up because I really had to take a shit. I squatted down in the parking lot because it just couldn't wait, and I was aware that the sickness was now in full bloom. Wiping myself with my underwear, I then discarded them in the parking lot as well. The skies were much darker than before, and the clouds rolled by so fast that it seemed as if I was moving when I was merely standing still. The pelting rain began to fall harder and harder, and the streets began to puddle. I held one hand over my head and the other hand on my stomach, hoping I wouldn't puke. The alcohol seethed out of me, and I was a fucking wreck. I started walking to the Treme on my way to Esplanade in Claiborne. A guy in a really nice silver Corvette stopped and offered me a lift. I jumped in. What the hell? The silver Corvette dropped me off at the corner near the apartment. I barely got up the steps of the porch into the hallway before Liam came out screaming at me. His eyes were wild with sickness and lack of dope. I could tell I was walking into a madhouse full of sick fucking junkies. The scene was more desperate inside. A girl I had never seen before was pacing back and forth in the little 7x10 kitchen. She practically wore a hole in the cheap linoleum, and she clawed at her already scabbed face with erratically frantic hands. A DJ Harry and I knew from one of the strip clubs was in and out of the bathroom, sometimes banging his head rhythmically against the wall. Bump, bump, bump. The only sound in the silence was the sound of their